It's Bring Your Friend to Work Day, Fram. I brought my buddy Marlon. Hey, Marlon.
Hey, Steve.
Marlon.
How you doing? How you doing, Leslie?
This is awesome.
I met Marlon at the Punchline.
Yes, he did.
So wait, you guys just met?
No, months ago.
Okay, but still, it's a new friendship.
When we did the thing with the Queen.
So this is a new budding friendship.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes.
How old are you, Marlon?
I am 32 years old.
Dude, you look 22.
Oh, thank you. I look good, but you know, black doesn't crack; it just swells up. So I've been doing amazing.
Okay, it doesn't crack.
What?
You see, that's why I brought Marlon to work today.
I love it.
I was like, you need to sit into Sleaze. Let's get some celebrity Sleaze with Leslie Fram.
Oh, it's all about Sphere. Barnes, I know you're, days away from headed to Vegas?
Yeah, I'm going to the show Friday night.
Well, they did release the first night's set list. They, of course, selecting Rattle and Hum songs on the opening night because the album's producer, Jimmy Iovine, was in the audience. Bono noted alongside Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. And then a huge surprise for fans, apparently for Iovine, when Bono introduced All I Want Is You, saying that he wrote the lyrics as a wedding song from the point of view of a woman, and that he had never told anyone that before, not even Jimmy Iovine.
That's a pretty breakout statement.
That's a big breakout statement. And then the set was also influenced by Sir Paul McCartney was in the audience.
Oh, wow.
I mean, star-studded, right? In his honor, snippets of 3 McCartney songs U2 did. You ready for this? Love Me Do, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and Blackbird.
Damn.
I mean, they're just breaking out all the hits. And then they excerpt Love Me Tender from Elvis, and then My Way from Frank Sinatra, Purple Rain, and Into the Mystic from Van Morrison.
Damn.
I want to know if you get all that, Barnes. Well, they're saying one of the most emotional moments of the evening came when Bono dedicated a song to the family, friends, and doctor of the late Jimmy Buffett, who were all there.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
And I'll tell you who you should go on Diplo's Instagram, because he was there and he's showing different views from different parts of Sphere. So maybe
cool.
you can see where you're going to be sitting.
Oh, yeah, I want to see that.
If I'm paying $4,000 per ticket, then I better see everything. They better invite me on stage. I'm singing with you two. You hear me?
Yeah, at 4,000. It wasn't that much, but
I'm
it
sure
is
it's
definitely. No one knows what they're getting into. That's what's so interesting.
Love to hear your take, Marlon, about Taylor Swift and her new friends. She stepped out. Now there's a new squad. They had dinner over the weekend. Of course, she's friends with Blake Lively and now Sophie Turner. And now her new pal, Brittany Mahomes, Patrick's wife.
Oh, barf.
I mean, come on. What is happening here?
I think she's building material for a new album. That's what's coming of this. Everybody that she hangs with ends up being a target on whatever she has coming out.
Right?
So here we go.
But what about this theory? Could this be all an NFL package? Because the NFL wanted to get Taylor Swift, remember, for the halftime show. And then she wasn't.
They got Usher.
She wasn't into it. They got Usher. What do you think about that? Is that about 15 years too late, Marlon?
Yeah, it's too late for Usher. But, they're saving money because he already has a residency in Vegas. So they're like, hey, we can
so they
save
went
some money.
discount? I mean, at this point, I'm more hip-hop than Usher.
You are.
I will say this, though, because I saw a clip from Usher at a recent show he did in Paris.
Ooh.
No one can touch his moves on stage. I mean, it was pretty incredible.
Yes, Usher is still amazing. He's all of like 43, 44, still has it. He has a new album coming out, so he's pushing everything now. Now that he has his Super Bowl performance coming up.
But now that he's at 40, already getting into a residency at Vegas, that's like checking into the old folks' home 20 years early. Kind of. But Leslie, my point was, so NFL, they somehow get this whole thing going with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, and it becomes a marketing machine. They're even putting out special ketchups based on Heinz put out like a ranch and ketchup mix. How did they have that ready the next day?
Well, they already had it. It's called, I actually have that story later, but now they're saying that it was inspired by the new relationship.
I know.
And they're only doing like 100 bottles.
You watch, she's going to be the Super Bowl person, and they're going to be like, Usher, we're good. We'll come back in 10 years. And then unless they break up, which we all know this is not going to make it that far.
Oh, not at all.
I'll tell you who still has it. That's Mick Jagger. He says if the Stones ever sold their post-1971 music catalog, the profits would go directly to charity He says his 8 kids don't need the estimated $500 million. You're on your own, kids. You're not in the will.
Don't tell me what I don't need.
Man, Mick Jagger is going to live forever. It's a handful of people that are just going to live forever. It's him, Smokey Robinson. Every young person hand they touch, they suck the life out of them. So every time Smokey Robinson shakes somebody's hand, he gets younger. Him, Mick Jagger, all of them. What's the lead singer from Walk This Way?
Oh, Aerosmith.
Yes, Steven Tyler. He's gonna live forever.
He's struggling though right now.
Yeah, he is. But I mean, Barnes, your kids hear that they're not getting, if he were to sell the catalog, they're not getting any of the $500 million. I wonder if this is news to them.
I thought you were
we're not in the will.
I thought you just said, did my kids know that if we sold our catalog, because if the Morning X catalog's worth about $30, you can just buy the best of CD and you're good. But yeah, I'm with you.
Let's talk old school. Netflix ships out its final DVDs Friday, and users get to keep them. There are fewer than 1 million people who actually still subscribe to the DVD by mail plan. Netflix mailed out its first DVD in 1998. It was Beetlejuice. The company also revealed the contents of the final delivery. Guess what it is? True Grit from 2010.
They're just coming up with a promo of a bunch of crap they have in the back room. Did you see where Blockbuster offered to buy Netflix or something for $50 million back when they were both struggling and they were like, nah.
They turned it down, yes.
Wow.
Now they're like, oops. Barnes, when you were in France, I don't remember you ever bringing me back a bottle of champagne from Brad Pitt's Miraval.
Excuse me, I took a picture of it in the grocery store because it was a 2-hour drive and I wasn't finna go get you champagne 2 hours away.
Well, he just launched the new Petit Bleu champagne. Brad is very hands-on, they say. He has a vision, and he loves seeing it evolve and sharing it. I'm sure he also loves the profits. It carries a pink shade and fresh notes of spring flowers. Yeah, you were all the way there and didn't bring me back a bottle. Thanks.
I'd like to go see it, but they were having trouble right then, so I knew neither one of them would be around.
Love this show. It's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The ceremony airs live Friday, November 3rd on ABC and Disney+. We get to see our friend Sheryl Crow, Barnes. Performances from Sheryl, Missy Elliott, Elton, Dave Matthews, and more. I think you might like this. Tuesday, well, maybe not you, Barnes. Airbnb announced their latest specialty getaway. It's a chance to stay in Shrek's cottage in the Scottish Highlands. They did this with Barbie's dream house in Malibu. Airbnb is making Shrek's swamp available for only a limited time. According to the press release, up to 3 guests will be allowed to book a single 2-night stay from the end of October to the 29th. Would you like to book it?
No, I don't like this scheme. I told you what just happened. Remember, they just did this with Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yes.
And I got in through reloading the page, and then I got a note back saying that Gwyneth was going to consider me staying with them and that she would be in touch if I was chosen.
Sounds like a no.
Guess what? I wasn't chosen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of false advertising.
You don't know what you're missing, Paltrow.
Chevy Chase making waves. Did you hear him coming out and talking, kind of dissing his role on Community?
No, but it doesn't surprise me. He does that all the time.
Yeah, he was on Mark Marone's podcast. He wishes he never appeared on the show. Oops. He felt that the show wasn't funny enough for him and that he felt constrained by the comedic bits and the overall tone of the show. He played Pierce Hawthorne from 2009 to 2014. You're on a show that long and you stay on even if you didn't think it was funny?
Marlon, you host at the Punchline.
Yes,
you
I
know
do.
comedy. Do you get Chevy Chase? I know he's way generations ahead, but you're aware of him.
I'm aware of Chevy Chase. I don't get him. Like Leslie said, you've been on that show that long. You're just now deciding that, hey, I don't like this. It's not funny. You got the money.
Right. You were not laughing when you cashed all those checks, and then you're dissing him?
Well, apparently there was a lot of other controversy. The creator, Dan Harmon, and Donald Glover, who was also the co-star, Glover claimed that Chevy was racist towards him and even used a racial slur. Chase expressed sadness at Glover's perception of him.
Aw.
That is your celebrity sleaze.
Marlon, thanks for sitting in. I know you have to get out of here, but thanks for hanging out and
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. I hope to come back soon, man. Y'all are amazing.
Please do. We need a little flavor on Sleaze.
Let's go.
Too.
The Morning X with Barnes and Leslie. 99X.